So as far as I know, we have never had a graduate of the University of Vermont on this show. We're going to take care of that in a second. First, let me remind you that Ruth's Chris Steakhouse is opening early on Mother's Day to offer an exceptional brunch. 3 area locations: Cary, Durham, North Raleigh, Valley Parking, SiriusSteaks.com. Connor Tobin is a graduate of the University of Vermont, and he joins us on the Alan Kelly and Company Trade Hotline. He was a catamount. He played professionally in Norway for the Rochester Rhinos, Minnesota United, I believe, and now with the Railhawks. He's a defender, and I think I scored on him on really? I honestly don't remember a ton about it. Connor joins us in the Alan Kelly and Company Trade Hotline. How are you, Connor?
Good. Thanks for having me, Adam.
You're not a keeper, so it's really not that big a deal. Were you in net when we were taking some of those penalty kicks?
I'm not quite sure. I might have blacked out.
You and me both.
Probably the best way to handle it.
You guys were very, very nice to indulge a bunch of old, out-of-shape people over at WakeMed Soccer Park on Monday. It's a great facility. How do you like your time in Carolina?
I loved it. I got down here last year. It was kind of first time I've been in the area, and now I'm happy to be here for my second year and really enjoying myself.
Same weather as you experienced in Vermont, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I wish it was as nice as Vermont. It's too humid here.
It's a little bit too much. All right, you guys got off to a good start, and then it's been like a series of draws since then. I mean, you guys feel like you're running in place?
I think the team's still kind of finding its way a bit. We brought in a lot of veteran guys this year, and there's a lot of turnover in the team. So it's been a little bit of, trying to figure out what our identity is, and then I think we're still coming together as a group, which is exciting because, we're losing games, and I think that we're really moving in the right direction. Hopefully it'll start to click soon, and we'll put together some wins.
Yeah, you've got on the road in San Antonio this week, and then a big match against the Cosmos, who are leading the table right now. They will come to WakeMed Soccer Park here in about a week and a half. What do you like about playing at WakeMed?
I mean, it's the best facility in the country. I think if you look MLS or any of the lower divisions, facility-wise, WakeMed's as good as any of them. And it's right in Raleigh's backyard, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's the pitch is just incredibly pristine. It just feels great to be on. So what was it like playing in Norway?
Oh, man. It was an experience. I was right out of school, and I got hooked up with a team over there. And, when you think of Norway, you always think of fjords and all the beautiful stuff in the western half of the country. All it's stuck in the middle of the woods on the eastern side. And, in the summer, the only thing to do for fun was go moose hunting.
Go move something?
Yep. So it was definitely a cultural experience.
I don't even know where to go with that. What did you move?
No, moose.
Oh, moose.
Moose, yeah.
Oh, moose hunting. I thought you said move something, and I couldn't figure out what that meant. You went moose hunting.
Yes, sir.
Did you catch any? I guess catch any is not the right word.
No, I didn't shoot any. I did shoot a couple beavers. But
they seem to be probably easier, although smaller.
Yeah, I mean, it was just one of those things, there's not much to do there, so whatever the locals do, you kind of join in.
I don't know if there's a special technique to go moose hunting or not. I'm not.
It just sounds frightening to me.
I'm not.
I'm tapping out. I'm good.
I mean, it's got to be intimidating. Obviously, there's got to be a serious language barrier. But how long did you spend over there?
I was there a year, and there was definitely the language side of things. Our coach coached in Norwegian, and most of the players, English was their second language. So when you're playing on the field and the coach is yelling at you, you have no idea, and you just kind of have to work through it.
I got to ask about your Twitter account.
Okay.
It's at Turbo Tobin 13.
Yep.
Do you tweet in the third person? somebody tweeting for you?
Oh man, so this started, and actually one of our teammates now, Neil Halawdy, who just joined the Railhawks this season, we were teammates together in Minnesota, and we actually were roommates up there, and him and one other player, and they started, I was pretty anti all social media, so they started a Twitter account for me where they tweeted in third person.
Gotcha. Now, I'm looking at one from like 30 days ago. Turbo thankful for his great display of amateur athletics. He thanks the NCAA for allowing these quote-unquote students to play for their nonprofit.
Yeah, so, I've taken it over since then, so it's kind of fun to try to continue it. It makes tweeting challenging, though.
You got to tweet more, man. It's been like 6 days since you last won. I guess, 19 days ago, I guess you were watching ESPN. You really like the commercial breaks. Turbo, a massive fan of commercial breaks.
Yeah, I am. I'm a huge fan of commercial breaks, I guess.
How long has Turbo been a Hootie and the Blowfish fan?
Oh, since I was 6th grade, forever.
So it's an awesome concept. I have, at times, I will go back on something I said a little while, about a month ago. I criticize people who tweet in the third person, but I think when it's done with a sense of humor, you definitely pull it off. So what's the plan? I know the season is split into two. You're halfway through. You played 5 matches already. You've got 5 more to go in the spring. Then there's the U.S. Open Cup. How big a deal is that to you guys, the U.S. Open Cup? Because I know from an MLS perspective, it can be, depending, an annoyance. But you guys have always, this franchise has always taken it very seriously and done very well at it.
Yeah, it's massive for this club. This club has a history of doing really well, so one part of you want to live up to that reputation. But I think, too, from a player standpoint, we have a lot of guys that have been in and around MLS, and maybe for whatever reason they've ended up here. So it's your chance to kind of be in front of those coaches again and say, hey, the level's pretty good here. We're still good players. Not only can we compete with you guys, but we can beat you guys.
How far is the quality of U.S. soccer? I'm not comparing it to EPL or La Liga or Bundesliga, things like that. But like the Dutch league or some of the other European leagues. How comparable is it?
That gap is drastically shrunk. So some of the smaller European leagues, MLS is better than, I think, top division in Norway now. It's better than some of those leagues. So the gap is definitely closed, and I think that's part of the reason you see so many U.S. national team players coming back. It's helped that television money's come into the MLS.
Yeah.
And, the notoriety is growing. The sport is moving in the right direction.
Yeah, there's no question. We had the former ESPN president, who, I realize that people have been saying this for a long time, but it's clear that soccer is growing and growing and growing, and we have, the television ratings for EPL on NBC Sports and the attention that the World Cup gets is absolutely massive. Good luck on Saturday at San Antonio, and we will see you out at WakeMed Soccer Park on the following Saturday when the Cosmos come to town. I appreciate it, man.
Hey, thanks for having Turbo on.
Outstanding. Connor Tobin